And Iran will welcome nuclear inspectors on its territory within days. After the Geneva talks, the country has agreed to allow the International Atomic Energy Agency to supervise its new enrichment plant. The talks also led to an agreement in principle to process some Iranian-enriched uranium in Russia and France.
A breaking in the ice. Something few would have expected even a few years ago. The US president describing negotiations with Iran as constructive. After Thursday's talks in Geneva, he hinted that the long-standing Iranian nuclear dispute could be resolved with the help of a third party.
The IAEA proposal that was agreed to in principle today with regard to the Tehran research reactor is a confidence-building step that is consistent with that objective, provided that it transfers Iran's low-enriched uranium to a third country for fuel fabrication.
According to an anonymous source in the US delegation, Russia has offered to be that third party. It would mean that 4% enriched uranium from Iran would be brought to Russia to be enriched to 19.75%, the level needed for civil nuclear applications. This, according to US authorities, would make Iran's program transparent to the world and prove that its nuclear intentions are peaceful.
The experimental reactor in Tehran produces isotopes for medical needs. Some time ago, Iran asked the International Atomic Energy Agency to provide supplies of enriched uranium for that reactor, as all the fuel in it has burnt out. It couldn't go on working.
Russia's nuclear agency Rosatom has confirmed it is ready to receive Iran's nuclear fuel. In fact, it has been ready for quite a while.
It is not the first time that Moscow offers its helping hand in resolving the Iranian nuclear dispute. 3 years ago, Russia proposed creating a joint company which would have enriched Iran's uranium on its soil. But back then, Tehran did not seize the initiative.
This time, it's not the only agreement that has been reached. Tehran also allowed IAEA observers to resume their work in the country's nuclear sites, namely the new uranium enrichment facility in the town of Qum. Both agreements have been met positively by all sides.
This is a very, very skillful and surprising face-saving agreement, whereby Iran, they are effectively reducing the amount of uranium they have, and that is a tremendous confidence-building gesture.
Last year we came up with several initiatives and suggestions in the talks, but they were all halted. Now I have a feeling that the talks would go ahead and we would only progress.
Iran positively responds to calls of the international community, including President Medvedev's words in Pittsburgh, on the urgent need for the IAEA to gain access to nuclear facilities in Iran. As far as we know, the agency's president, Mr. El-Baradei, will arrive in Tehran to discuss how to implement it.
Despite the general optimism, the White House is still being cautious with the Islamic Republic. Obama said it is necessary that Iran matches words with actions and allow IAEA observers into its nuclear facilities. Otherwise, the president says, sanctions against Tehran are unavoidable. But Moscow says that it is now just a matter of weeks until the issue could be resolved and that vital negotiations will resume this month. Alexei Roshevsky, RT, Moscow.
Israel